We live in a world where many people advise or promote a healthy lifestyle both in a physical and mental sense. The physical side can be easily trained out, but the mental side is more tricky. Because emotions are a complex matter, it can vary from person to person, and also it cannot be understated that the mental health or mental stability of a human being is impeccable into their day-to-day actions and in what drives them to do something in life. So mental health needs to be ironed out. Because of this reason, uh, if one person's mental health is not ironed out, is unstable, or they have depression, it has many side effects that are not noticeable. As an example, I will give an example in high functional depression. High functional depression is a type of depression where you, on the outside, you look like you are doing just fine. You don't seem to be depressed. You have a sort of on and off switch where you, on one time you are happy, and then on the next you are completely depressed and you want to die forever in your life. But high functional depression is not where you feel depressed and you cannot do anything at all. You feel depressed, but you still are capable of doing activities, because it's like it's out of it's become part of your routine, so you don't think that you are not doing that activity effectively, but in another sense you are being uh, affected by depression or your emotions, so you don't do that specific type of activity that well, that efficiently, and you won't be able to connect with other people that well, because of the high functional depression that is not really detectable. In this example, depression is an undetectable and often goes under the radar of most people. And if it goes unnoticed, then they won't be able to function in day to day life, like I just said. That is why, in this motion, we would prefer if you could transfer your emotions to other people. It would work with the person that is transferring their emotions. They have, let's say they are, we have a friend that transfers their emotions to us. We would be able to, they would transfer every type of emotion, be it pain, suffering, happiness, jealousy, any type of emotion that they have, they will transfer it over to us. But they won't be able to completely remove all their emotions in their mind or in their hearts. What I'm saying is that they would be able to make a copy of their emotions. Then that copy would be transferred to us. Then we would also be able to do the same. We would copy our information that we, or sorry, we would be able to copy our emotions, or yeah, our emotions after the our friend transfers theirs to ours. Then we would be able to transfer it back into that person, or maybe we would be able to just uh, give advice based on their emotions that has been transferred. In this scenario, like I said, the original donor of the emotion will not lose their original state. They will not be a husk of human that doesn't have emotion. They will still have their emotions, but they just make a copy of it and transfer it to us. My argument for why this motion is important is only one, but it gives outsiders a raw, unfiltered look into their true feelings. With what I said before about mental health, it is important that we know and understand everything that makes them feel that way. Because emotions, like I said again, are complex. We need to know why they are feeling that way, how how those feelings and emotions were built, and what is the best way to move on. Why I say that having an unfiltered, uh, raw emotion, their emotions, it's better to for them it's better for us to make them to move on. Is that because if we only if we only ask other people to uh, open their hearts, open their minds, tell us what is going on inside of their brains or hearts, they won't be able to give us a unfiltered or unbiased look into their lives, because they will always keep a secret or keep something hidden or something away from us. But we might not know that. And that specific secret or that specific thing that they are hiding might be integral into making them move on and becoming a better person in life. Let's say they they have a specific fear that they don't want to they don't want the outside world to know. If we want to help them, then we also need to know their specific fears and other stuff like that they don't really want to uh, tell other people, or they don't want to tell us about. But again, this is integral into making them being able to move on. This benefit of this motion is that it makes the oppressed in this context is the person that is suffering depression, or that needs to transfer their emotions to other people. It makes their oppressed move on quicker, and it makes other people better understanding and accept their friend. In this scenario, the oppressed or depressed can function like normal people again without weighing other people down with their emotions. And the the recipient or the acceptor of the transferred emotions can better understand their friend. They can better cope with what their friend is, like purely their friend. They will be able to avoid other drama that might spark hatred to us and all that good stuff like that. My finishing of my argument is that as a whole, this house would prefer a world with this motion because it helps other people move on, understand their emotions and understand their emotions better. In addition to in addition to that, if this motion doesn't exist, then other people would still suffer from their emotions, even though they don't recognize or uh, they don't realize that they are suffering from these negative emotions, and they won't be able to function in day-to-day lives, so won't be able to open up. They will also weigh other people down with their emotional baggage. That is all for me. Thank you.